Got to my second duty station, and I had a kid, my daughter Savannah. She's 2 now, and really wanted to spend a lot more time at home and have a bit more flexibility with and stability. I talked to I did my marketability assessment, I think, with Pete. He helped me walk through, hey, here's what I think would be good for you. Maybe you should look into a couple of other fields. I think you'd like them more than you think you would, and really helped me understand what a transition would look like for me, what roles I would be suitable for, and then what civilian life looks like. Because I have been really in the military since I was in the Naval Academy. So that's 11 years now. I was in Okinawa, so trying to figure out this transition with a wife and a kid in Okinawa was definitely difficult. What was really helpful is I knew that I was doing a bunch of work and I was doing a bunch of reading and working with Pete. And it's like, hey, you're ready. You keep pushing, doing the study groups, doing all the things that helped me get to a point that bit rough on the first day of interviews, first interview. But as I started to get into them, I started to realize, hey, no, I was prepared. Like I did do the homework. I did a year of this. And it made me feel more confident and comfortable in an area where really this is a completely new avenue for me as a Marine. I've never really had to do this where it's sitting down with a formal interview and people asking me boxed up questions. And now I'm here in Longview, Texas, and I'm really, really excited. I'm with some really knowledgeable people and have a great boss in Chris, that's the plant manager, and just really excited to be here. One of the biggest takeaways is it's not that big of an unknown as it seems. Like I mentioned, I haven't been in the civilian world for over 11 years, and going to work some days is like going to the office as an artillery officer. Like when I was a battery executive officer, I'm checking my emails, I'm filling out a couple of reports, and then, hey, I have some free time. Let me go check on the Marines. But in this case, it's checking on the plant. Hey, here's a mechanic working on one of our compressors. Teach me how you do that. What does that look like for you? So that way I can get to understand what they're doing, and then maybe I can identify something. Hey, this process is really convoluted for him, and maybe it's making him harder to do his job effectively. So I can help immediately hit the ground running with stuff that I had to do in the Marines all the time. We would evaluate processes and try to streamline them, improve them, and then try to help our Marines just be better and more effective with what they were doing on a daily basis. I mean, being an officer means providing effective tools to your Marines so they can complete the tasks that we need to complete as a unit. It's the same thing here. I'm a guy who is here to find mechanical issues, engineer them out, so that way either the people working on those pieces of equipment or the equipment themselves works efficiently and effectively to achieve the task that the company wants to do, which is be more profitable and be more effective and make more money. I had 3 offers. I had, out of the 5 follow-ups I had, 4. I had 4 follow-ups. Those follow-ups were great because I got to really get my hands in and understand, here's the culture of the company, here's the people, here's what people are doing, and here's what those people really work for every day. And Invista just struck me with, I mean, like I mentioned before, my plant manager is just constantly driven and has a lot of initiative. And I knew that I was going to be in a role that I was going to be challenged and have to use my initiative to just grab things by the horns and solve problems. But I'm also going to have people around me that will help me find the tools I need in order to solve those problems, or that I can lean on them and we can solve this problem together. And that's definitely the way it's been so far. If I could go back in time and really do something more, I think the biggest thing was I would have front loaded a good amount of those readings, because it wasn't that hard to tie them together with things I've already done. But then I could specifically say, I read this book and I used this concept in my everyday work. Some of it because I'm doing a really hard job, and then at night I'm trying to read with this. So I didn't get as far as I wanted to early on in the program, and so some of it I wasn't able to immediately apply long term and show, hey, I applied it. These are the results. I had to say I applied something similar in my role, and here's how I got results, and how I can tie it back together with something in the civilian world instead.